myself quite a bit lately. I don't know what it is. I need to work on that. Anyways, welcome to the stream, guys. Going to be playing some Dota 2 here. But before we do, as always, I like to go over some things that happened recently in the Dota 2 competitive scene as of really yesterday into today, thus calling it the Daily Recap. So let's go ahead and get right into it here. January 12th, 2017. Taking a look as far as some things that are going on. First things first, this is probably one of the most important things or biggest things that is going on throughout the night, obviously. The WESG, the World Electronic Sports Games, coming at us here. The finals, the main event, whatever you want to call it here. We previewed a lot of it yesterday, so I don't really want to go too much over that. If you want to really go over the preview of this event and, what's it all about, you can tune into yesterday's Daily Recap. I posted on my YouTube channel, if you would like. With that said, let's look at some updates as of today and see how things have shaped up so far. Obviously, it looks like all the groups got at least a couple of matches played amongst their teams, if not 3 matches for some of them. So, again, this is the group stages kicking off yesterday, continues on into today. Some interesting stuff definitely worth pointing out through the first day. One of the bigger results is Horde actually went 0-3-0. That means they got 3 points. They tied 3 games, 3 series I should say. But the fact that they split 3 of their series, they didn't win any of them outright, a little concerning almost. I mean, I don't know, maybe concerning is a wrong word, but this is a team you would expect. I mean, looking at this lineup of teams here, right, in Group A, nothing really stands out too much. I mean, now it's not fair to the teams, themselves maybe in some cases. Like, you got this to be or not to be team that, again, they are a Chinese team, and obviously, Chinese Dota, definitely a strong region over there. So even these lesser-known teams could definitely still be pretty good. And, they split the series against Horde. But then you have cases like the split series against T-Show, which was the 4th-place America runner-up finisher from Brazil here, and we're talking about a team that, again, the American region, as we mentioned yesterday, didn't even have North American teams qualify or participating in the qualifiers because of some drama, some issues that were going on with visa issues and everything. Not visa issues, have to do with the embassy and some strike going on, whatever, some government crap. Anyways, the point is, I feel like a team from Brazil, no offense against T-Show, should be beating a team like Team Horde with the quality of players that they have and the experience that they have and everything like that. So, splitting a series there, and then you get Dalcom, a very similar story. Where's Dalcom? Yeah, they were the 3rd place America's team. So, again, not to take away from these teams that are competing against them, but I gotta say, I'm really shocked that Horde split all 3 of their series so far to start things off. And, again, currently they sit in 4th place. If they do not actually advance on out of the group stages, that's gonna be that's gonna really, really hurt, man. They should advance on. There's no question there. This is a team that definitely is very, very capable of advancing on out of Group A. So, but obviously props to these other teams, and including MVP Revolution. How about them? And this team here from Kyrgyzstan. I still can't pronounce it correctly. I'm still butchering it, I'm sure. But managed to go 2-1-0 through the first day. So, very interesting stuff so far from Group A. Group B, a little more as expected. In fact, I'm pretty sure I guessed these top 3 teams, and I think I even said it in this order. Cloud9, SG Esports, and Fantastic 5 are the top 3. Again, this is still really only kind of halfway through, or just over halfway of the group stages, but still getting a pretty clear idea of what's going on. How did Cloud9, who did they tie against? They split the series against SG Esports, yeah. Can't say I'm too surprised about that. Again, SG Esports actually look like a pretty good team, and wouldn't be surprised to see them do decent in this event and at least get out of the group stages. So that's Group B right there. Group C, and again, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I kind of am at the same time. I'm pretty sure I called these 3 teams to be advancing on out of Group C. And right now, they're all in prime position to do that. Alliance, Stu Bao Young, and Abashamala are the 3 teams. Looking strong and looking like they're very likely possibly going to advance out of Group C. Now, obviously, they haven't all played each other yet. They're going to be playing each other tonight here, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. These are the 3 strongest teams right now in this group, as we see from the results. Now we'll see how they fare against one another. So those are going to be matches definitely interesting to look forward to, but very likely the 3 teams that are moving on. And then Group D, we have Max Y, Infamous, and Ukraine. So Max Y, I guessed Infamous and Ukraine, but Max Y, definitely a team I wasn't picking necessarily, but they are from China. So again, another case of, the Chinese region, it really is just so deep with the amount of competition that they have and the skill that they have, the skill level of players. So Really can't be too surprised that they are on top, but they went 2-0 against TNC and 2-0 against Signature Trust. So now, to be fair, it looks like, okay, Infamous and Ukraine did actually play each other already. Infamous actually lost to TNC 2-0, really. That's actually very interesting to me. Huh. Wouldn't have expected that, but TNC, that was their only win. They then lost to Max Y, of course. So definitely still things to happen in Group D here. So that'll be another kind of interesting group to see how that plays out. But again, the teams I picked, I believe, was Infamous, Ukraine, and I believe it was Comanche, if I'm not mistaken. So probably not going to be them, but again, they actually still have all 3 games more to play, 3 series even. So anything can definitely happen. As far as the event itself, I tuned in a little bit yesterday. Earlier on in the evening, it kicked off, and the opening ceremonies, it seemed like kind of cool. You know, it had this feel of the Olympics somewhat. They brought out the teams from other countries from all the different games that are there. They were having some audio issues, and it was kind of a little bit awkward. Loda actually came onto the mic, and he was giving like a speech about something, and the audio like cut out completely. So it would have been nice to be able to hear what he had to say, but unfortunately, wasn't able to do that. Outside of that, though, I didn't really get to watch too much of it. Again, I went into the late night, obviously the time zone, not the friendliest for an American person like myself, but I was watching a little bit of the kickoff matches, and you know, it seemed like it's kind of, you can even tell with the casters and everything, these group stages, it's very up and down. Most of the matches are going to be somewhat one-sided, understandably, because of you know, who's playing who. So yeah, that's right. I was actually watching the Horde versus To Be or Not To Be series. That was the kickoff series right there. And yeah, Horde got crushed that first game. Meepo, they attempted to run with some Meepo, but Sven was able to cut him down. And, you know, overall, the team played very well, obviously, on the side of TOT right there. But at least Horde did come back in the second game to split that series. So, anywho, guys, that's it for the WESG. Another event that will be continuing on even later tonight. So, real quick, an update here. So, Newbie Boss, again, this new roster. We already talked plenty about them, but they did end up winning the pre-qualifier, so they are officially in the group stages now for the qualifiers here of DAC. And these matches are set to kick off tonight? They are, yeah, they are. Wow, I thought they were actually happening later on now that I think about it. But anyways, they are kicking off tonight, and Newbie B getting right into it against FTDA. FTD Club A right here. So that'll be fun to see how they now match up against the quote-unquote big boys here of the group stages. Obviously, Newbie Boss, a team that a lot of people are really excited to see how they do and see if they possibly advance on for several reasons. We're going to talk more about it on the podcast that I'm going to be having this next week, the Breakdown Podcast, of course, every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2100 Central European Time. But not only that, but then for Group B, Team VGJ, at least for me, another team that I'm really excited to see how they do and to see what they bring to the table. They also do kick off tonight against Vici Gaming right there. So that should be fun. Again, a lot of good matches to be had over these really into this week. We got the WESG, we got the DAC Chinese qualifiers. Talk about so much going on in the Dota 2 competitive scene. So definitely not going to be lack of content when it comes to doing the podcast and when it comes to just watching some good Dota this weekend. So look forward to that. Outside of that, really not much else going on. I'll pull up this real quickly. There are a couple things. I guess the Pro Dota Europe Cup did officially kick off, number 14 here. So they're starting their matches. Not the most noticeable teams. Obviously, some of the teams are busy with other events. So, you know, kind of looking at who they were able to get for this Pro Dota Cup. Again, not the craziest competition, but at the same time, some fun ones. In fact, there's a couple worth mentioning. Evil Corporation, of course, a team that I'm really excited about continuing to move forward. All former Han pros, and you got Nox, Boxy, Own Me, Book, and Chioli. So really excited to see how they do in this event. Pro Dota Gaming, look at that right there. Insania actually was picked up by Pro Dota Gaming, and I actually talked with him a little bit recently right here about it. And, you know, he said it was kind of interesting. He said he's obviously excited that he's on the team, but at the same time, he was really hoping to still work something out with Mickey and kind of get a team going. But I guess Mickey isn't necessarily going to be committing the most time right now. He's kind of taking a little bit of a step back, and Sandia really wants to grind, understandably. So, you know, he found a new home here with Pro Dota Gaming. So we'll see how he fits in and see how they do as well in this event. They play later on, it looks like, all the way down here. Yeah, so we'll see how they match up and keep an eye on them too. So those are going to be the two teams, at least for me, that I'm most certainly keeping an eye on here in this tournament. Oh yeah, Kia, they got Flensmeister. That's right. So another one, another name that definitely needing to keep an eye on. I really should have like a. I really need like a document somewhere that actually tracks all these former Han players that I know and what teams they're on and everything. It really, maybe that's something that I can kind of sit down and do here in the near future, because now they are constantly shifting, it feels like, but that would be fun. I know people ask that all the time, you know, where are these Han pros now and stuff, so that could be kind of maybe a fun blog post, who knows. Anyways, all right, so that's that. I think that pretty much does it, though, for the daily recap for today. So, obviously, once again, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this daily recap. What is January 12th, 2017. Hopefully you enjoyed